Oh, no, 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 no. I can't imagine just how glorious you are.
Hello guys, welcome back to SO2C King's channel, and this is just a quick list of what you might need before the video actually starts, before you dye your hair. First, what you'll need is your hair dye itself. You'll need probably a towel or a t-shirt that you don't mind getting dirty. You'll need probably some cotton pads, or I don't know, just cotton balls, whatever you call them, just to wipe off the dye from your face as you go along. Probably some hair clips when you're in that zone where you're waiting for your hair to dye and have nothing to do. You probably want to tie your hair up just to keep it out of the way. Bathroom towel, shampoo. No, actually you don't need shampoo. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of that you might need. Otherwise you'll see throughout the video. I hope you enjoyed this. This is the dye that I did, and yeah, keep your bathroom tidy and avoid getting stains everywhere like I usually do. Hope you enjoy this, and bye! Hi guys, welcome back to SO2C King's channel, and today what we're doing, I'm going to dye my hair for you. Well, for me mainly, but I guess I figured I would show you at the same time. So, as you can tell, I've started off, this hair has not been washed in a day or two, so it's best to leave it a little bit dirty. Mine thankfully is not too dirty. It's a little bit greasy, but it's not too bad. It's best that it's a little bit dirty, just that, I don't know, so you're not like double washing your hair and making your hair really dry. Okay, the first thing you want to do that they advise on the instructions is to that your hair should be a bit wet, but not like soaking wet, just kind of like, yeah, you know. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so there you go, my hair is now wet, and kind of the first thing you want to do is either put on an old towel, or just a towel you don't mind getting hair dye on. And well, I kind of do both. I also wear a top I don't mind getting dye on, because I know I get really messy when I dye my hair. So yeah, and I'm just gonna keep this together with a hair grip. So there you go. I am not going to look good in this video, I know it already. You're not really supposed to, I mean, it's just hair dye. So there you go. My hair is wet. I kind of wet it and it's kind of dripping, so it just kind of helps the hair dye to stay on. Now the first thing they usually advise is for you to do a test beforehand, which means getting a Q-tip or cotton bud, wherever you're from, and getting a bit of the hair dye and putting it on your neck and seeing if you're allergic to it. I've already used this quite a few times. I know you're supposed to do it every time you dye your hair, but I mean, I've done it enough times now, and also I can never really time when I'm going to dye my hair, because you're supposed to do the test like 48 hours before you actually dye your hair, but I just dye my hair whenever I have time and want to, really. So yeah, so the first one you want to do is put a towel on a top. You might want to put a towel on the floor, depending on what your floor's like. We have tiles, so I don't bother too much. I know you can just like wipe it off. Okay, so there you go. Next thing you want to do is take all your jewellery off. Or make sure your bra straps are covered if you're a girl doing this, because last time I dyed my hair I got loads of hair dye on my bra straps because I was just wearing a vest top, and my white bra is now all like brownie purple. So there you go. So take your watch off and put it in a place where it's not going to have any dye on it, because that dye just seems to manage to get everywhere. So yeah. Okay, so first thing you want to do, once you've got your hair dye, I'm using L'Oreal Paris Casting Cream Gloss. This is all in French, I'm sorry. It's the brownie colour 454. It's kind of a bit darker than my hair colour, because my natural hair colour is coming out. I haven't dyed my hair in over 6 weeks. was the week before my brother got married, so it was probably about 6 or 7 weeks. Yeah, and I've just realised that I bought one like 2 months ago, and I just bought this one this week, and they're kind of a little bit different. But the concept is the same, the way you prepare it is the same. So I need 2, because my hair is so long that one will just not cover my entire head. And I'll have like patches of like my old colour that I had underneath is just gonna, you know, you're gonna be able to see it. So it's best to buy, if you have long hair, when I say longer hair, I'd say probably longer than the shoulders. If your hair is just down to here, it's probably 1's enough, but if it's lower than the shoulders, you probably need 2 just to be safe. So I'm going to take my first one. It's Developer Cream. There you go. You take the Developer Cream and, well, the other colourful bottle. Okay. So take the other colourful one. You open this one, and you open the other one. And normally, if you would have done the test, the little pointy bit of the lid, you'll have pierced the top. So I'm doing it now because I didn't do the test. And what you do is you screw that one into the clear bottle. You screw it on tight, and you squeeze all of the liquid in. That's really important to get it all out, because otherwise you're not going to get the right colour that you wanted. You squeeze everything through. Once you squeeze it all out, you're going to put the lid on that comes with it, and screw that on and shake it. I like to shake it till there's like all here, all the white's gone, all the what's it called? All the Developer Cream is mixed in, and it's all the right colour. You'll notice throughout whilst you're dyeing your hair that the dye kind of changes colour, gets darker, comes closer, like it goes really dark basically, because it's quite light at the moment, and it'll get darker. That's just because it's like doing what it needs to do. And once you've finished mixing it, you clip the top off, you break it off straight away. Otherwise, I don't know, apparently it might explode. Your bottom might explode because of all the stuff. I like to squeeze the top bit out just to make sure I've got all the colour I need and there's no unmixed stuff there. So there you go. I'm going to leave that like that. And I'm going to do the same with my second bottle, just to be sure that they're both the same colour and texture, and I'm not going to have 2 different colours in my head. So there you go, both my bottles are ready. They're a little bit different one to the other, but they're the same colour, and should do the same thing. Let's hope it does. Okay. So, on the instructions, there are 2 ways of doing. I forgot to put gloves on. Let's put gloves on, that'll be useful. So there you go, I have my gloves on. I had to change them because the one box, the gloves were a bit too small and they ripped. It's best to have completely dry hands when you put these on. And so I have my gloves on. And now we're going to go on to the next bit. And basically, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. The instructions have 2 kind of sets of instructions. The first one is if you've never, like you haven't dyed your hair in more than 3 months. Then you have one set of instructions where it's got to do with time and how you put it on and everything. But because I dyed my hair less than 3 months ago, I'm going to go for the second set of instructions. I'm going to take my hair dye. You can see it's gotten quite dark now, and with this I'm going to go, actually I'm going to use the other one because it's got more of a precise point. And you take this, and I've poured the end bit out just to make sure that I'm getting nothing but the coloured dye, and I'm going to go down in a streak. So you're going to go all over your head, and well, I don't bother too much going making different parts with a comb or anything. I just kind of part it. It parts it by itself, so I kind of make sure I'm getting it all over. And going all over my head like this. And going, kind of creating partings. It kind of separates the hair by itself, so I don't bother taking too much time going over it. I kind of do this all over my head, and I try and use the whole bottle. Just because I know I've got enough dye to do all my hair, I'm going to use the whole, try and use the whole bottle to do all the whole parting, doing the sides, and doing the back of the head. The back of the head is the most annoying bit. I just try to make sure I want to get all the whole parting. So what I do sometimes is I just kind of go over the parting and rub it into the hair, because I know I might just miss it. I don't want the front of my hair to look like it doesn't have any dye. So kind of do that at the front. You want to do this quite quickly because it's going to start dyeing your hair and you don't want it to be uneven. So now that I've done the parting, I'm going to carry on parting my hair again, doing it quite quickly to get rid of all the dye, and do the back of my head. Now the back of the head is kind of the trickiest bit, for me anyway, so I'm going to turn around and show you what I try to do, and I'm going to hope I manage to get the whole of my head. Okay, once you've managed to get like most of the, like you've done your best to cover the whole of the roots, you massage it in to kind of make sure you've got all the hairs, all the roots. Go all over your head and just massage it in. And once you've massaged it all in, you have to leave it for, well, this one, it depends on what you're using, what brands. You have to read your instructions and figure out for yourself what you need to do. I'm using L'Oreal, and it says I have to leave it for 15 minutes. So once you've massaged as much as you can and done a pretty good coverage of everything, make sure you get the bottom of your hair, because you don't want to one day tie your hair up and everyone can see that you missed the bottom and you're got 2 or 3 different shades of hair dye. So see you in a sec once I finish massaging. Okay, so once you've finished massaging it all in, what I advise is that you kind of wash your gloves, and I know this is an awesome look, isn't it? I reckon I should keep this like forever. It should be like a new fashion thing, trend. There you go. And what I'm going to do, oh my gloves are a little bit wet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cotton buds, cotton wool things, cotton, and I'm going to wet that. Warm water's better, and kind of go over where it's all over your skin and take that off, because it can stain, and my makeup's coming off too. That's great. Yeah, you don't want to end up with, well, in my case, brown marks all over my face. So I'm going to use a few cotton buds, and what you can do, I guess, is kind of tie your hair up as well. I've got this hair grip here, and try and tie some of my hair up so it's kind of out the way, not going everywhere. And you've got 15 minutes to wait anyway, so you kind of want to keep an eye on the time. I've got another 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes to wait. And kind of, yeah, just take some cotton buds and cotton buds. Cotton pads. There you go. Cotton pads is what we call them. Cotton pads, and wipe off the dye where it's gone over. Try not to wipe it off your hair, because that won't be any good. I've not done too bad. I usually get loads around my ears, like seriously, like in my ears there's like loads of hair dye. I kind of missed a little bit there. Can you see that you've missed a little bit? Kind of just take some of the dye and add it. This is DIY, like seriously. And just get all your hair involved. All your hair involved in the party. There you go. And here we are 15 minutes later. As you can probably tell, my squeaky. And my hair has gone quite a bit darker because of the hair dye. And now we're going to finish off dyeing my hair. And to do so, untie the hair. Ooh, where's it gone? Oh, my hair's untied itself. Great. Take the clip out, wash that later, and you're going to take the rest of the hair dye, basically me, it's whatever's left of this, which is not a lot, thank goodness I bought 2, and go down the whole length of my hair. So I'm kind of going to do it in sections, I think, because it kind of helps to keep track of what I'm doing. This is where it probably goes everywhere, all over the floor. Well, it usually goes all over the floor with me, is when I try to put it in the lengths of the hair. So you go ahead and do all the lengths, and I'll see you in a sec. And there you go. I've managed to put all the dye on my hair, and I've made a very fancy look. I don't really know what to call it. It's quite interesting. Let's call it interesting. It's interesting. Piece of advice: don't wear socks. Just don't wear socks. It doesn't help. Okay, I'm gonna go over again and take off what's gone around my face. I knew I was gonna get loads all over my ears. I really see the use of wearing a towel, because you just get everywhere. Oh my goodness, on my neck. I'm going to keep my hair down for the next few days, so no one can see the stains on my neck. Oh no! No, no, no. Oh well. I'm just going to have to live with it. So you leave that for 5 minutes, and then it says to rinse it off thoroughly. The water's supposed to be clear. I never managed to get the water perfectly clear, but if you can get it as clear as possible, that'd be great. And then your hair dye will usually come with a conditioner. Yeah, I think it's just conditioner. They give you that, and you kind of want to put that all over your head and leave it for 2 minutes, and then rinse it off thoroughly. And yeah. I'm really glad I did get those 2 hair dyes, but it does come up to a lot. That's why I have managed to do this pretty fun hairdo whilst I was at it. And I'll see you once I have rinsed it all out and blow dried it. See you in a sec. And so there you go, guys. This is my hair tutorial on how I dye my hair. This is me after I blow dried it, and this is what it looks from behind. I definitely needed those two dyes, because it wouldn't have been enough otherwise. But there you go. That's my hair tutorial. I would advise for the next 2 weeks at least to use a dark towel when washing your hair, because the dye will still run once you have a shower, once you wash your hair, and it will come out on in the shower, and then probably leave some marks on your towel. So it's best to use a dark towel once you've done that. You should have enough conditioner from what they give you to last you maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Then I advise using a good hair, like shampoo for dyed hair and conditioner for dyed hair, just to keep the colour lasting longer and looking nice longer. As you can tell, like in my parting, you can still see some dye on my skin. That will wash off, that will come out after maybe 2 or 3 washes, but thankfully you can't see it too much, so that's okay. And yeah, like I said earlier on, make sure you clean up your mess pretty quickly because you will get stains. It's okay, it's stained. You don't want to leave any stains there. It will just not look very nice. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, and make sure you like, comment and subscribe and tell me what you thought of this. Send me some videos of how you dyed your hair, what colours you dyed it. And so yeah, any questions or anything, I'll be very, very happy to answer. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!